Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, where they will shake down thunder from the sky to cheer on their Fighting Irish and hoping that plenty of echoes will reverberate in victory at the end of the game. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Handoff from the gun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Looking for a crease. It's Harris. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. Well, the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint. The Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
They're bringing heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Smith wants to throw. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up those roughing the passer penalties. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quick strike complete. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense is taking everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw in here.
On the option. Quick toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the 1st down on the play.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. When you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he runs it in for the score. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. Lining up to add another.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here come the Irish back on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Harris. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Here comes the option. Across the 45. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
I'll tell you what, dude, in today's football, I'm not starting a team without a guy that can do that at the quarterback spot. You see it. He hits the gas, pulls it down quickly, and just goes. Whether he's reading something, whether he's throwing, he is... Oh.
And that pass is intercepted. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Movement here from the tight end. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Zings it complete to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Hewart.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but you got to get that element of balance to really take off and get to that next level.
Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Quarterback on the move, still looking. They get to him as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Shoots it to the left. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll run it to the right side. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oklahoma State 7, Notre Dame 3.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Smith dropping to pass. Getting some heat. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. At the 35, he's loose. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Cowboys come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Working his way and keeping those legs moving, picks up 5 down to the 14.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at that, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Fast motion from the offense. He's looking to throw. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And it's no good. He missed it. After the miss, the lead is still 4. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some...
Turns it on down the left side. Pass to 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Irish!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Use the play fake, now to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Smashes ahead. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I don't know if the defense came into this one expecting the fullback to be a weapon catching the ball, but that play didn't look like they were ready for him. He catches it, turns it upfield for the first.
Smith wants to throw. Fires left. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. He's got the back in the middle. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Really nice job by the running back setting up that angle route. He's making it look like he's running to the flat, and then he puts his foot in the ground, cuts back across the defender's face, and makes himself an easy target for the quarterback.
Power football with the run. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Right back to the well. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth-quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Yeah, and this offense is built behind this guy. I mean, a guy that you can hand the football to consistently and expect positive yards all day long, all game long. Now he's over 100 yards on the day.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it from the red zone. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistent.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
From the gun, give on the inside. And into the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he tacks on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points there, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Quarterback will audible. He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He wants to pass it on second down. Dumps it to the back. And this sophomore quarterback. They're a little too far.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man to the left. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. The give to the back. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And that was a scintillating way to finish that one, a 44-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Smith dropping to pass. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago, now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. The Cowboys will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You can tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Smith wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Quarterback will keep it. Hit the afterburners, kid. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. An easy call to go for it, and easier after you make it.
Yeah, we've seen it from this offense, too, throughout the season. In these types of situations, they just believe that they can make the play and they can get the push up front. And that's exactly what happened on that.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And that's where quarterbacks, you know, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Smith dropping to pass. He's right on target. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the catch. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Clock's still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, Oklahoma State.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Defense in press coverage. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Oh, look at Miss... Oh, and the ball's out on the return. Corralled by the kicking team. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Cowboys will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish, back on offense. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the 2nd half, those 2 turnovers in the 1st.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having to lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The run from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Looking for a crease to the left. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Smith wants to throw. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. And he missed it. No good. After the miss, the lead still at 11. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, and make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grab near the marker. It's Silva. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
this offense has a second down play. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable.
I tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Gets it out quickly. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking to throw it again. Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on that time. Made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch.
Hey, that's a live ball. And the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field. And they'll drag him down after a good return.
This defense prides themselves on effort and pursuit. Quarterback there did a great job scrambling, so much so that he was able to get downfield, and it looked like it was going to be a big play, but all that pursuit from the defense and their effort getting to the ball, knocking it out, and coming away with a big turnover.
He's got it down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They're going to run it. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Unloads quickly. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it to a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
Red pass, it's complete. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Complete via the screen. Tackled on the play at the 39-yard line. And a first down for the offense.
The Cowboys are marching down the field. Reads it, fires complete. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Smith dropping to pass. Coming after it. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
Oklahoma State 31, Notre Dame 17.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Buys a little extra time. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
That's how you earn your first down the hard way. Really good job by the QB dropping back the pass, scrambling, getting the first down, and taking a big shot at the end.
He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
After that incompletion, fourth and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away, but you're trailing here in the fourth quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Touchdown, Cowboys! How about that D coming up with a play like that? They push the lead out here in the fourth. Getting back on track and going 2-1.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And the extra point is good. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he's going to run it back. And stampeding through the defense. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here come the Irish back on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. He's going to pass. That's caught. It's Harris. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Got it in the middle. It's McNabb. And he's brought down after a nice game. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
To the air, it's Fry. Moving away from pressure. He'll pull it down. On the move is the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back like ability.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. The sure hand, it's Harper. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his...
Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. He'll try to take it back. The 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Fellas, a battle in the Beaver State today. A lot of green, a lot of orange in the stands. Whenever Oregon and Oregon State have at it, and here's the latest. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll throw it on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
This time it's complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. They'll try to get it through the air. Complete downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
They're going to throw it again. Caught near the sideline. It's Mayo.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Dropping back, it's Fry. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And they get the sack right out of the gate.
And one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
He's going to fire deep. And the pass hits, picked off. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. He was thinking touchdown all the way, but he got it down to the 26-yard line.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game, because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
Handoff to the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today, because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.